Hello, welcome to another session with me, Aruna Dantabhaktuni. In today's session, we will learn about patchwork. Before we get started, let's load the Ggplot 2 library, and we will also load the dplyr library. The reason for loading the dplyr library is because we are using the pipe function. Quickly, this is a CSV data that we are reading from a URL, and then we are taking only the subject ID, height, weight, and sex. So let's look at the data. As you can see, what we'll be doing next is we will create different plots. First, let's create a histogram. So that is our histogram plot. You can now create a different plot, which is the density plot. If you would choose, you can present both of these plots next to each other. But in order to do that, you will have to use the library that is called the patchwork. If you try to load the patchwork library directly in Google Colab, you get an error. That is because Google Colab does not have this inbuilt already. Google Colab contains some libraries that it comes with. You can actually have a list of the libraries. Some of the libraries that Google Colab recognizes includes Ggplot 2, dplyr, etc. But patchwork is not one of them. And that is the reason you will have to install that using the install packages command. And now you can load the patchwork library. We had seen the two plots that we created, and we were looking at how can we put the two plots next to each other. If you want to place them one next to the other, all you have to do is to use the plus, position them one next to the other. If you want to place one below the other, this is how you can do. Let's say you have more than two, and let's create another plot, a third plot, which is we're looking at height and weight using a geom point plot. Let's look at the third plot. So this is a scatter plot, as you can see. If you would like to place all the three plots next to each other, you can just use the plus symbol. Let's say you want the P1 plot to be on the left and P2 and P3 to be stacked one on top of the other. You can also do that. So this is how one can use patchwork to make composition of unrelated plots. So that's it for today's tutorial. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in our future tutorials. Thank you.